Welcome to the Gentle English Podcast, where we learn English in a calm and simple way. Today we begin a special episode called How to Be Smart. Many people think that being smart is something you are born with. They think some people are naturally intelligent while others are not. But the truth is different. Being smart is not only about talent. Being smart is a habit. It is something you build every day through your thoughts, actions, and choices. And as you listen today, I want you to relax, breathe, and remember that you can grow and you can learn. You can become smarter at any age, at any time, and at any level of English. Before we start, let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, I wish I was that smart? Maybe you saw someone speaking English fluently. Maybe you saw someone solving a problem quickly. Maybe you heard someone explain something very clearly and you felt a little small or not good enough. If that ever happened to you, I want you to let go of that feeling now. Because this episode will show you that intelligence is not something far away from you. It is not something owned by other people. It is something inside you, waiting to grow, waiting to be used, waiting to become stronger. Being smart begins with one powerful idea. You can learn anything if you try. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to understand everything immediately. You only need to keep going. Many people stop learning because they make one mistake and feel embarrassed. Many people feel scared to speak English because they think their grammar is not good. Many people avoid hard tasks because they think it will only show their weakness. But every smart person you admire has made many mistakes. Every fluent English speaker has been confused many times. Every successful thinker has been wrong again and again. The difference is not that they never failed. The difference is that they continued even after failing. So as you listen today, imagine yourself becoming more open, more curious, and more willing to learn. Being smart starts with curiosity. It means wanting to know more. It means asking questions. It means exploring ideas without fear. When you are curious, your brain becomes active. It begins to connect new information with old information. It begins to build understanding. Curiosity makes learning easier. It makes learning fun. And when learning becomes fun, you grow faster without stress. Think about a small child. A child touches everything. A child asks why. A child looks around with big eyes full of wonder. That is natural curiosity. But as we grow older, many of us lose that curiosity because we become afraid to look foolish. We are afraid to ask questions. We are afraid to say, I don't understand. But being smart means bringing back that childlike curiosity. It means choosing to explore instead of hide. It means choosing to ask questions even if other people might think the question is simple. Remember this, a simple question can lead to a smart answer. A person who asks is a person who learns. Another important part of being smart is paying attention. Many people try to learn while doing many things at the same time. They listen to English while scrolling on their phone. They read something while checking messages. They try to study while watching videos in the background. But the brain does not become smarter when it is distracted. The brain becomes smarter when it focuses. Even just 10 minutes of full attention is more powerful than an hour of half attention. When you pay attention, ideas enter your mind clearly. You understand more. You remember longer. And slowly, your brain becomes trained to think better. Now think about yourself listening to this podcast. Right now, your mind is focused. You are listening to the words. You are understanding the message. And this moment of focus is already making you smarter. Every minute of attention you give to learning builds your thinking power. Every sentence you listen to grows your English. Every thought you reflect on makes your mind stronger. This is how intelligence is built, quietly and consistently. Another way to be smart is to keep your mind active. Your mind grows stronger when you use it. You can read simple things every day. You can listen to English stories. You can watch educational videos. You can write your thoughts in a notebook. You can learn new words. You can ask questions. You can try solving problems. These small activities are like exercise for your brain. Just like your muscles grow when you use them, your brain grows when you think, read, listen, or create. Even if your English is basic, even if you feel you're slow. Every small effort counts. There is something special that happens when you challenge yourself a little bit. Not too much that you feel overwhelmed, not too little that you do not grow. Just a little challenge. When you do something slightly difficult, your brain becomes more active. It builds new pathways. It becomes sharper. For example, when you try to understand an English sentence that is a little long, your brain works harder. When you try to speak, even if you know you might make mistakes, your brain becomes brave. When you try to explain your thoughts, your brain becomes organized. Every challenge strengthens you. Being smart also requires kindness to yourself. Many learners think harsh self-talk will make them better. They say things like, "I am stupid, I can't learn, my English is terrible." But negative words weaken your confidence. They slow your growth. Being smart means supporting yourself. It means understanding that learning is a journey. It means celebrating small progress. It means saying, "I will try again." When you talk to yourself kindly, your mind relaxes. A relaxed mind learns faster. A stressed mind learns slowly. So kindness is not weakness at all. It is intelligence. Let's talk about another important part of being smart. It is the ability to observe. Smart people notice things that others ignore. When you observe, you see details, you see patterns, you understand people better, you understand situations better, you understand yourself better. Observation helps you make wiser decisions. For example, if you observe your own learning habits, you will see what helps you learn and what slows you down. If you observe how native speakers talk, you will notice common phrases, pronunciation, and rhythm. If you observe your daily routine, you will find small moments where you can add learning activities. Observation is quiet intelligence. It happens silently, but it brings powerful results. Next, being smart means being patient. Intelligence grows slowly like a plant. When you plant a seed, you do not expect a big tree the next day. You water it, you wait, you care for it, and one day it grows. Learning English or learning anything is the same. You listen today, you listen again tomorrow. You learn a new word next week. You remember it next month. Slowly, you build a strong foundation. Many people quit because they cannot see quick results. But smart people keep going because they know results take time. If you continue, you will improve. If you continue, you will grow. If you continue, you will become smarter. Another way to be smart is to think before acting. Many problems come from acting too quickly. When you pause, breathe, and think, you give your mind time to understand the situation. You become more careful. You make better choices. Thinking before acting helps you avoid mistakes and helps you respond wisely. This skill is especially helpful when learning English. For example, when you are about to speak, you can pause for a moment to choose the right word. When you are reading, you can pause to understand the meaning. This simple pause is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of intelligence. Something else that makes you smarter is learning from failure. Nobody likes to fail. Failure feels uncomfortable. But failures are powerful teachers. When something goes wrong, you get information. You learn what to avoid. You learn what to improve. Smart people are not afraid of failure because they know it helps them grow. If you make a grammar mistake, learn from it. If you forget a word, learn from it. If you feel stuck, reflect and try again. Every failure is a step toward becoming better. Let's talk about another habit, asking why. When you ask why, you open the door to deeper understanding. If you hear a new English word, you can ask, why does it mean this? Or why is the grammar like that? When you hear a rule, ask why the rule exists. Asking why makes your thinking deeper. You stop memorizing and start understanding. And understanding is what truly makes you smart. Curiosity, patience, focus, observation, and asking why, all of these build intelligence. But another important part of being smart is your mindset. Your mindset is the way you think about your abilities. There are two kinds of mindsets. The fixed mindset says, I cannot improve. The growth mindset says, I can improve if I try. Smart people choose the growth mindset. They believe they can learn, and because they believe it, they take action. And because they take action, they grow. Belief creates behavior. Behavior creates results. Results create confidence. Confidence creates more learning. It is a wonderful cycle. Right now, as you listen, you are training your brain. You are practicing English. You are practicing patience. You are building focus. You are improving your listening. You are developing ideas. You are growing. And growth is intelligence. So you are already becoming smarter. Another part of being smart is managing your environment. Your environment can help you learn or stop you from learning. If your room is full of noise, clutter, or distractions, it becomes harder to focus. But if you organize your space, clean your desk, remove distractions, and create a calm learning area, your mind becomes clear. A clear environment helps create a clear mind, and a clear mind learns faster. Let's talk about discipline. Discipline means doing something even when you do not feel like doing it. It means choosing the long-term benefit instead of the short-term comfort. Discipline makes you smart because it keeps you consistent. Even small actions done every day can bring big results over time. 10 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of reading, 3 minutes of speaking. These small pieces add up. A mountain is built from small stones. Intelligence is built from small habits. Another way to be smart is to surround yourself with things that inspire learning. Listen to educational podcasts. Read simple but meaningful books. Watch videos that teach something new. Follow people who share ideas and knowledge. When you fill your environment with learning, your mind naturally becomes more active. Inspiration creates motivation. Motivation creates action, and action creates growth. Being smart is also about managing your emotions. When you feel stressed, angry, or anxious, your brain does not work well. Your thinking becomes slow, your understanding becomes weak. But when you are calm, your mind opens. You process information better, you make better decisions. So, emotional control is an important part of intelligence. You can practice deep breathing, you can take short breaks, you can remind yourself that mistakes are normal. A peaceful mind is a smart mind. Another powerful skill is reflection. Reflection means thinking about your day, your actions, and your thoughts. At the end of the day, you can ask yourself, what did I learn today? What did I do well? What can I improve tomorrow? Reflection helps your mind connect experiences and lessons. It helps you understand yourself better. It helps you grow faster. Smart people reflect regularly. They take time to think about their lives. And because they reflect, they make better choices. There is also the habit of learning from others. Every person you meet knows something that you do not know. When you listen to others, observe their ideas, and learn from their experiences, you gain wisdom. Smart people are humble. They are open to learning from anyone. Younger people, older people, beginners, experts, friends, even strangers. Learning from others expands your understanding of the world. And finally, being smart comes from loving learning. When you love learning, everything becomes easier. You feel excited to grow. You feel happy when you understand something new. You feel proud of your progress. You feel curious, open, and motivated. Learning becomes something natural, not something stressful. And when learning is natural, intelligence grows without effort. You can become smart. You can become confident. You can become fluent. You can become everything you want to be. And this journey begins now. As we continue this episode, I want you to feel calm and open. You are learning English, but you are also learning something deeper about yourself. You are learning how your mind works and how you can make it stronger. You are learning how to be smart, not just in English, but in your whole life. And the more you listen, the clearer things will become. So relax, breathe slowly, and enjoy this moment of learning. Let us talk now about one of the most important things that makes a person smart. It is the ability to think clearly. Clear thinking means looking at a situation without confusion. It means being able to understand what is important and what is not important. It means organizing your thoughts in a simple and logical way. But many people do not think clearly because their minds are full of fear, stress, distractions, and negative thoughts. When the mind is noisy, thinking becomes difficult. So the first step to clear thinking is a quiet mind. This is why calmness is so powerful. When your mind is calm, your thoughts move smoothly. You understand faster. You learn better. You can train your mind to become clearer. One simple way is to take one idea at a time. Do not try to think about many things at the same moment. Focus on one thought and understand it slowly. When you do this, your mind becomes sharper. For example, when you are learning a new English word, focus only on that word. Say it, listen to it, picture it, use it in a simple sentence. Give it a moment. This slow and focused attention strengthens your thinking. It helps you remember longer, and it makes your brain more organized. Another part of becoming smart is learning to connect ideas. Smart people do not only learn facts, they connect facts together. They see relationships between ideas. They understand how one thing affects another. This is the difference between memorizing and understanding. Memorizing is temporary. Understanding is permanent. For example, when you learn English grammar, you do not only memorize rules, you connect the rules to sentences, meanings, real-life situations, and your own experiences. When you connect ideas, they stay in your mind like a chain. Each idea supports another idea. Connecting ideas also helps you see the world in a deeper way. You begin to understand why things happen. You become good at problem solving. You become good at explaining. You become good at thinking. This is a skill that grows slowly over time, but every moment you spend learning helps you build it. Another important skill of smart people is their ability to stay curious. Curiosity is like a spark inside your mind. It makes you want to learn more, see more, understand more, and discover more. When you are curious, you explore things without fear. You enjoy asking questions. You enjoy learning something new every day. Curiosity makes your brain active. It keeps your mind young even as you grow older. It helps you continue improving even when learning feels slow. To build curiosity, you can ask yourself simple questions every day. You can ask, why is this happening? How does this work? What can I learn from this experience? These questions help your brain stay awake. They make you aware of the world around you. They help you think deeply. Curiosity is not something you must force. It grows naturally when you open your mind and allow yourself to wonder. Let us talk about reading. Reading is one of the best ways to become smart. Even reading for a few minutes every day can change your mind. When you read, you discover new ideas, new words, new stories, and new ways of thinking. Reading expands your imagination. It builds your vocabulary. It improves your focus. Reading is like traveling without moving. It takes you to new places inside your mind. And every time you read, your brain grows stronger. You do not need to read difficult books to become smart. You can read simple stories, simple articles, or even short paragraphs. The important thing is consistency. Little by little, your reading skills will improve. Your English will become better. Your mind will become sharper. Reading is like feeding your brain with healthy food. The more you read, the more your mind is nourished. Listening is another powerful way to grow intelligence. Listening to English conversations, podcasts, stories, or speeches helps you understand how ideas are expressed. It helps you learn the rhythm of the language. It helps you hear new vocabulary. Listening also trains your mind to follow long ideas. When you listen carefully, you practice patience and focus at the same time. This is why listening is such a powerful skill. It activates your brain in a gentle way, and it builds comprehension naturally. Now let us talk about problem solving. Smart people are good at solving problems because they do not panic when something goes wrong. They stay calm, they look at the situation, they think, they ask questions, they try different solutions, they are patient. Problem solving is not only about intelligence, it is about attitude. If you believe there is a solution, you will find it. If you believe everything is impossible, you will stop trying. A smart mind is a hopeful mind. It believes that every problem has a way forward, even if the way is slow or small. You can practice problem solving in simple ways. For example, when you do not understand a word, you can look at the sentence to guess the meaning. When you see a difficult task, break it into small steps. When something feels confusing, take a moment to breathe and look at it again. These small actions train your brain to think clearly under pressure, and the more you practice, the smarter you become. Let us talk about creative thinking. Creative thinking is the ability to see ideas in new ways. It is the ability to imagine possibilities. It is the ability to use your mind freely. Creative thinking is not only for artists, it is for everyone. When you think creatively, you solve problems better. You learn faster. You understand more deeply. You can express yourself clearly. You can adapt to new situations with ease. Creativity grows when you allow yourself to explore without judging your thoughts. Do not say this is stupid or this is wrong while you are thinking. Just think, just explore, just imagine. Smart people give their minds space to create. They think of many ideas and choose the best one later. Creativity is a form of intelligence that becomes stronger when the mind feels relaxed and free. Another way to be smart is to organize your thoughts. When your mind is messy, thinking becomes slow. But when you organize your thoughts, everything becomes easier. You can practice organizing by speaking slowly and clearly. You can write your thoughts in a notebook. You can talk to yourself in English to arrange your ideas. When you organize your mind, you also improve your communication skills. You become better at expressing ideas. You become better at explaining. You become better at understanding. Some people believe they are not smart because they compare themselves to others. They think someone else is better, faster, or more talented. But comparing yourself to others is not helpful. You do not need to be better than anyone else. You only need to be better than your past self. Smart people focus on their own journey. They focus on growth, not competition. They celebrate progress, not perfection. The truth is, intelligence looks different for everyone. Some people think quickly, some people think deeply, some people are good at languages, some people are good at numbers, some people are good with people, some people are good with ideas. Every kind of intelligence is valuable. You do not need to fit one definition. What matters is that you continue growing in your own way. Now let us talk about memory. A strong memory helps you learn faster and think better. But memory becomes strong through practice, not luck. You can train your memory by repeating what you learn, using new words and sentences, telling stories, teaching others, or writing notes. Every time you use a piece of information, it becomes stronger in your mind. Memory grows from use. If you use what you learn, you remember. If you do not use it, it fades away. To become smart, you also need good habits. Habits shape your daily actions. If your habits are strong, your learning becomes stable. For example, if you create a habit of listening to English every morning, your brain becomes used to learning. If you create a habit of reading before bed, your mind becomes comfortable with language. Habits build intelligence slowly but powerfully. They make learning automatic. Another part of intelligence is clarity of goals. When you know what you want, your mind becomes focused. When you have clear goals, you make better decisions. For example, if your goal is to speak English fluently, you will spend more time listening and speaking. If your goal is to improve vocabulary, you will read more. Clear goals guide your mind like a map. They help you use your intelligence wisely. Let us talk about communication. Smart people are good communicators. They know how to express ideas in a simple way. They listen carefully. They understand the feelings of others. Communication is not only about speaking, it is also about listening and understanding. When you communicate well, people trust you. They learn from you. They respect you. Communication is a powerful skill that grows with practice. You can also become smarter by taking care of your body. When your body is healthy, your mind becomes stronger. Sleep, water, movement, and healthy food all help your brain work better. When you sleep enough, your brain stores memories more easily. When you drink water, your brain stays active. When you move your body, your mind becomes alert. Physical health supports mental intelligence. Another important part of being smart is discipline of thinking. This means you do not believe everything immediately. You check information, you think carefully, you ask questions, you look for evidence. Discipline of thinking keeps your mind strong and protects you from confusion. It helps you make wise decisions. Smart people also manage their time well. They do not waste too much time on activities that do not help them grow. They choose learning over distraction. They use small moments wisely. 10 minutes of learning every day can make a big difference over time. When you manage your time, you manage your future. You become smart when you face challenges with courage. Challenges make you grow. They show you your strengths. They teach you new skills. Challenges are not something to fear. They are something to appreciate. Every time you face a challenge and overcome it, you become a stronger version of yourself. Confidence also plays a big role in being smart. When you believe you can do something, your brain becomes stronger. Confidence gives you energy. It helps you speak even when you feel shy. It helps you try even when you feel unsure. Confidence is not about being perfect. It is about believing you can improve. Another way to be smart is to learn from your past. Look at your experiences. Look at your mistakes. Look at your successes. Every moment of your life teaches you something. When you learn from your past, you make your future better. Smart people also have gratitude. Gratitude means appreciating what you have and what you have learned. When you feel grateful, your mind becomes open. You feel calm. You feel positive. A positive mind learns faster. You can become smart by caring about others. When you understand people's feelings, you become emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence helps you build good relationships. It helps you understand situations deeply. It helps you communicate clearly. Emotional intelligence is a powerful kind of intelligence. Another important skill is self-awareness. Self-awareness means knowing your strengths, weaknesses, emotions, and habits. When you understand yourself, you can improve yourself. You can make better choices. You can grow without confusion. Let us talk about persistence. Persistence means continuing even when it is difficult. Smart people do not stop easily. They try again. They find new ways. They keep moving forward. Persistence builds mental strength. It builds deep intelligence. Every time you continue, your mind becomes stronger. You can become smart by choosing what you listen to, what you watch, and what you read. Your mind becomes like the things you consume. If you fill your mind with learning, positivity, and knowledge, your intelligence grows. Now let us go deeper into the habits and mindsets that make people truly smart. One of the strongest qualities of intelligent people is their ability to learn from feedback. Feedback is information that helps you improve. Sometimes feedback comes from other people. Sometimes it comes from your own experience. Sometimes it comes from mistakes. Feedback is not an attack, it is a guide. Smart people listen to feedback with an open mind. They do not become angry or embarrassed. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? They use feedback as a tool for improvement. This habit helps you grow faster than people who ignore advice or become defensive. Another important part of being smart is adaptability. Adaptability means being able to adjust when things change. Life is always changing. Situations change. People change. Plans change. And when you are adaptable, you do not break under pressure. You bend. You move. You adjust. You find a way. Smart people can learn new skills when needed. They can change their thinking. They can find solutions even when the situation is different from what they expected. Adaptability makes your intelligence flexible and strong. Let us talk about discipline and learning. Discipline means choosing what is good for you even when it is difficult. Many people want to become fluent in English, but they stop after a week. Many people want to be smart, but they give up when learning becomes hard. Discipline is the difference between wishing and achieving. A disciplined person shows up every day, even if it is only a few minutes, even if they feel tired, even if the progress is slow. Smart people understand that discipline is not strict punishment. It is a form of self-love. It is choosing your future over your excuses. Another important part of intelligence is focus on solutions instead of problems. When something goes wrong, many people complain, worry, or panic. They think only about the problem. But smart people shift their focus. They ask themselves, what can I do about this? How can I fix it? What is the first small step I can take? By focusing on solutions, the situation feels lighter. You feel more in control. Your brain becomes more creative. Problem-focused thinking keeps you stuck. Solution-focused thinking moves you forward. Now let us talk about learning with intention. Learning with intention means being clear about why you are learning something. When you have a reason, your mind becomes more motivated. You feel excited. You stay focused longer. For example, if you are learning English because you want a better job, or because you want to travel, or because you want to communicate with confidence, remembering your reason gives your learning purpose. Purpose strengthens intelligence. Purpose brings energy. Purpose creates direction in your mind. Smart people also know how to rest. Rest is not laziness. Rest is part of learning. When you rest, your brain organizes information. It stores memories. It recovers energy. Many people try to study for hours without stopping. But a tired brain does not learn well. A rested brain learns faster. Taking breaks helps you stay sharp. Sleeping enough helps your mind become clear. Resting from time to time is a wise and intelligent choice. One more thing that makes a person smart is their ability to control their reactions. When something bad happens, you can react with anger, panic, or fear. But smart people pause before reacting. They breathe. They think. They choose how to respond. This ability makes your mind stronger. It protects your peace. It helps you avoid unnecessary mistakes. When you can control your emotions even a little, your intelligence grows. Let us talk about humility. Humility means recognizing that you do not know everything and that it is okay. Many people pretend to know things because they do not want to look weak, but true intelligence does not need to pretend. Smart people say, I don't know when they do not know. And then they learn. They ask questions. They listen. Humility opens the door to knowledge. Pride closes it. A humble mind grows. A closed mind stays the same. Confidence and humility work together. Confidence tells you that you can improve. Humility tells you that you still have things to learn. Together, they create a balanced and powerful mind. Let us talk about clarity. Clarity means knowing what you want and understanding what you are doing. When your mind is clear, your actions become effective. You stop wasting time. You stop doing things without purpose. Clarity gives you direction. With clarity, you can learn better, think better, and express yourself better. You can practice clarity by writing your thoughts, planning your day, or thinking slowly and simply. Another part of being smart is asking good questions. Many people ask questions only to get quick answers, but smart people ask questions to understand deeply. Questions like, what does this mean? How does this work? What is the reason behind this? How can I apply this in my life? These questions help you go beyond the surface. They help you find meaning. They help you connect ideas. Asking the right questions is a sign of real intelligence. Now let us talk about decision making. Smart people make decisions carefully. They do not rush without thinking. They look at the situation. They think about the future. They consider the consequences. They listen to their feelings, but they also use logic. A good decision can change your life. A bad decision can slow you down. Decision making is a skill you can practice by thinking slowly and calmly before you act. Smart people also know when to say no. Saying no protects your time, your energy, and your focus. When you say yes to everything, you become tired and distracted. When you say no to things that do not help you grow, you become stronger. Your mind becomes clearer. You have more space for learning. Saying no is not selfish, it is smart. Let us talk about consistency. Consistency means doing something again and again, even when you do not see results immediately. Many people start strong but stop quickly. But consistency is what brings success. Even a little practice every day can make a big difference over time. Consistency turns small actions into big progress. Consistency builds habits. Consistency builds intelligence. You also become smarter when you learn to manage stress. Stress can make thinking difficult. It can make your mind confused. But a calm mind thinks clearly. A calm mind remembers better. A calm mind makes good decisions. You can reduce stress by breathing slowly, sleeping enough, taking breaks, and being kind to yourself. Intelligence grows in calm environments. Let us talk about the power of listening. Listening is not only hearing sounds. Listening is understanding the meaning behind the words. Listening is paying attention. Listening is being present. Smart people listen more than they speak. When you listen, you learn. When you listen, you understand others. When you listen, you grow. Listening is a powerful skill that improves your English and your intelligence at the same time. Another important skill is speaking with clarity. Smart people do not use complicated words to look intelligent. They use simple and clear words so everyone can understand. Clear communication is a sign of a clear mind. You can practice speaking slowly and gently. You can practice expressing your thoughts in simple English. Over time, your confidence will grow and your communication will become strong and natural. Smart people also learn how to manage their environment. They choose places that help them focus. They avoid people who bring negativity. They remove distractions. They create routines that support learning. A good environment makes learning easier. A messy environment makes learning stressful. You do not need a perfect space. You only need a space where your mind feels comfortable and calm. Let us talk about long-term thinking. Many people make choices based on the moment. They choose what feels good now instead of what is good for their future. But smart people think ahead. They ask themselves, how will this help me in the long run? They choose actions that build a better future. Long-term thinking helps you grow slowly and steadily. It helps you stay on the right path. It helps you avoid mistakes that come from impatience. You also become smart by being open-minded. Open-minded people can understand new ideas easily. They do not close their minds to something just because it is different. They listen, they explore, they learn. Open-mindedness helps you become flexible. It helps you adapt. It helps you grow. A closed mind stays small. An open mind becomes wise. Another part of intelligence is resilience. Resilience means the ability to recover after a problem or difficulty. Life will always have challenges. You will make mistakes. You will fail sometimes. But resilience helps you stand up again. When you get up after falling, you become stronger. When you keep trying, you become smarter. Resilience is the courage to continue. Smart people are also good at managing their attention. They know where to focus. They do not waste too much time on things that do not matter. They focus on learning, improving, and growing. Attention is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. You can become smarter by exploring the world around you. Notice things. Observe your environment. Pay attention to small details. This sharpens your mind. It helps you see patterns. It helps you understand people better. Observation is a quiet form of intelligence that grows with practice. Smart people also value silence. Silence gives the brain space to think. Silence helps you reflect. Silence helps you understand your own thoughts. In silence, your mind becomes creative and clear. Spending even a few minutes in silence every day can help you feel more focused and smart. Let us talk about kindness. Kindness may not seem like intelligence, but it is. When you are kind, you understand people better. You communicate more clearly. You build better relationships. You avoid conflict. You create peace around you. A kind person can influence others in a positive way, and being able to influence people kindly is a sign of emotional intelligence. Now let us talk about using your time wisely. Time is a powerful resource. Once it passes, you cannot get it back. Smart people use their time carefully. They learn during small breaks. They practice English while walking. They read for a few minutes before sleeping. They value every little moment. When you respect your time, you respect your future. Smart people also learn how to forgive themselves. They do not hold on to regret. They do not punish themselves for mistakes. They learn and move forward. Forgiving yourself frees your mind from stress. It helps you stay positive. It helps you continue learning. A mind that forgives is a mind that grows. Let us talk about appreciation for slow growth. Many people want fast results, but real intelligence grows slowly, step by step, day by day. Small growth is still growth. Even if you learn one new word today, that is progress. Even if you understand one new idea, that is improvement. Slow growth creates deep understanding. It creates strong habits. It creates lasting intelligence. Be patient with yourself. All smart people grow slowly before they grow fast. You also become smart by setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries protect your peace, your time, and your energy. When you know your limits, you avoid stress. You stay focused. You stay balanced. Boundaries help you stay in control of your life, and control supports intelligence. Another important quality is gratitude. Gratitude makes your mind peaceful. It helps you appreciate what you already have. A grateful mind sees opportunities instead of problems. It sees learning instead of difficulty. Gratitude makes your thinking positive, and positive thinking keeps your brain active and open. Let us talk about self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to do what you need to do even when you do not feel like doing it. It is the strength to choose learning over distraction. It is the strength to continue even when you are tired. Self-discipline builds intelligence. It builds wisdom. It builds strong character. Smart people also understand the power of asking for help. Asking for help does not make you weak. It makes you wise. When you ask for help, you learn faster. You avoid mistakes. You understand more. Learning from others is one of the quickest ways to grow. Now let us talk about purpose. Your purpose is the reason behind your actions. When you know your purpose, you learn faster. You feel motivated. You feel stronger. Purpose gives direction to your intelligence. It makes your growth meaningful. You become smart when you care about your future self. Think about who you want to become. Think about the life you want to live. Every small action you take today helps your future self. A smart person chooses actions that make their future better. As we move toward the end of this episode, I want you to remember something important. Intelligence is not a competition. Intelligence is not a race. Intelligence is a journey. It is built through curiosity, discipline, patience, kindness, reflection, and practice. You do not need to rush. You do not need to compare. You only need to grow. You are becoming smarter every day. Every time you learn, you grow. Every time you listen to English, you grow. Every time you choose curiosity over fear, you grow. You are building a smarter mind piece by piece. Thank you for listening to the Gentle English Podcast. I hope you feel inspired, relaxed, and motivated. Remember, intelligence grows in small moments just like this one. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep going. Your journey is just beginning.